Hello, hello, hello. How is everyone doing tonight? I'm gonna just look in the chat and I'm just gonna say hello to everybody in here. Hi, Anita. Spiritual. Hey, hey. Pretty Brown. Hey there, girl. You always go live the moment my phone about to shut off. Girl, you better keep that charger in hand. Cassie, you. Hi. Catherine Dean. I'll watch on my replay. I don't know if this is normal to just watch and listen to music. Oh, okay then. Watch the replay. Thank you. Thank you, Cassie. You just throw it right on out. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to go with I know that there is a lot going on, but I am going to celebrate before I talk about the messiness of it all. But how y'all doing today? Even though I have had some bad days or whatever, today has been a really good day in spite of everything that's happening. Um First, I want to say I thank you, beautiful people that come through and view my things and everything. Because in spite of what you already done seen before today, I got monetized. Look at there. I got blessed in the midst of the mess. Yes, I did. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you all for joining. Hey, I'm Silky Black. Um, I know everybody want to know. Hey, what happened? Hey, what happened? Yeah, I'm gonna talk about it just a little bit, but I wanted to come out and celebrate first. And I don't really know how I'm supposed to do that, but I am so happy that I'm getting paid to talk about just what happened to me. That's all. You can't get no better than that, huh? Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't know how many times I can say it to you. You know, I say thank you a million and one times. Yeah, we saw that in your last live, child. I know. As hard as I try in my life, and never thought that I'm gonna be that at this age and still having to go through that. But I'm gonna touch a little bit on that, and I ain't gonna you know, linger in there too much on it because I don't want to get too excited about it because it's still a sensitive thing. And even though y'all heard what y'all heard, it's more um it's more complicated than what you think it is. So but nonetheless, I ain't gonna leave you hanging because this is life with Tashana. So I'm gonna talk it through with everybody, like how this is happening, and try not to bring too much of it in there because again, I say this is a sensitive situation. But what I'm gonna talk about is my ups and downs and the craziness, and y'all might be saying, girl, you doing too much or whatever. I'm fine with that or whatever, but my process is my process, and that's the part of it that I'm going to talk about, the process of what I'm going through right now. um yes, what you heard in that video just happened to happen on the same day that pushed me to this point right here. It was very unexpected and it is real. Real as real can get. But this is the first time that I'm doing something instead of staying in a place of you're just going to keep going back and forth with each other. I have to do something different because I'm too old to be out here um fighting with anybody. But you also know that well, I don't know if you know, but what I do know is I can't let nobody come to where I am and rule here over my land. I can't let it happen. So instead of using my hands, well, I'm trying to stop from using my hands, but I'm going about doing it the paperwork way. So I'm going to kind of like skate around it just a little bit because I did get the law involved, period. And as I walk through it, because I don't want to come off like yes, I'm more than heated about the situation, but my mind ain't just in that one place of where I'm just heated about the situation. I'm on the seesaw with this here situation, and I'm trying to work it out the best way, but I can't let nothing happen where here on my land somebody gonna be here running me like that. Ain't now one of my children gonna do it. Ain't nobody else children gonna do it. And I mean that. And by any means, what I got to do to handle mine here, that is going to happen. But I'm gonna let y'all hear about all my ups and downs, about how I'm going through this situation, because it's real. And I'm really trying not to go too deep. But I want you all to understand that too, at this very point, this person is still very close to me. Still very close to me after what happened the other day. But and I know y'all just gonna be like, well, but you have to just hang out in the store to just see what is happening, because it's always more to it than just what you see or hear at that point. And I probably sound like a crazy lady in there, but that's fine with me. That's why this channel is called Life with Tashana. And life was just happening on that day. I'm going to say that. And go back, let me go back to some of the stuff that is being said in the chat. And y'all, I'm not no pro at this. I'm just here talking. And just because I'm saying what I'm saying don't mean you can't ask questions, but I can tell you I don't want to touch on that part of it or whatever, because you all saw what you saw. And I can't take away what you see, and I ain't gonna take it down. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. Yeah, we saw that in your last live, child. I know. I wanted to swing through the phone for you, LOL, but glad you are okay. Okay, Cassie. Yeah, it was a wild one. um, I listen to listen spiritual too. Yeah, everybody was in the background swinging. I'm like, Lord have mercy. And listen, I have to say, my friend, she would usually be at work and she wouldn't know anything. Let me tell y'all, I owe her the biggest apology and the biggest shout out, because let me tell you something. My girl, and you can't get around her name, Tara. She came through. When I tell you she got banged around, and for that I truly apologize that she came out here. But I believe God put people in their place where they supposed to be at the right time. And but yeah, that was crazy. But again, I can't say enough about, and I was so embarrassed that she even had to go through that. But yeah, y'all seen it. I don't want to be too far and crazy and get too stuck up in it, but it will be talked about. One thing we learned for sure is that Tashana is about that life. Yes, young or old. And let me tell you something. One thing I'm gonna tell you about it is that, honey, when you get up there in the age, them bones don't feel the same way they do after you go through a situation like that right there. But to me, like, all of that pain or whatever come along with it, it just like fly out the window when that time come along. Is like and if only y'all knew the struggle, of holding back and not doing the same thing what you've been used to doing. Whoo, yes. Do you know someone named Ernestine? You look similar to my family. I probably do know some I know at least one person by the name of Ernestine, but I don't know of being you have to be more specific. Um Cassie say, oh no. Peace and blessings. Hey, and for everybody, some people I ain't even get to speak to, but I was speaking to people before. Hey, everybody, I'm glad that thank you all for being here. My one thing that I wanted to come on here and say is thank you to all of y'all because today after all the stuff that y'all done seen on here and I went through today, I got an email letting me know that YouTube accepted me as a partner. So now I am monetized. So your girl got something to celebrate. And like I said, I'm going to talk about this story slowly but surely. But it's a sensitive situation. So I ain't gonna be too careful with my words because what happened is what happened. But I'm treading lightly with telling it because also there's paperwork involved if everybody know what that means. So I'm not touching it on it a little bit. Mr. Banks, you probably have to go back in into the last live that happened on here for you to find out what happened. And yeah. And I'm just avoiding talking about it right now. What you laughing for, Cassie? I knew friend was going to friend when she pulled. Oh, I don't even know what that means. But yeah, yeah. I don't want to touch on it too much. I want to yes, nothing but everything. Nothing but everything. You know that's my motto. I always say that. What's going on? I always say nothing but everything because I'm telling you, it's something always happening behind me all the time. I don't know nobody who keep going through the same stuff that I'm going through and being forgiven after forgiving after forgiving after forgiving, and I'm like, oh my God, when do I stop? When do I stop? It's like I'm glutton for punishment, and I'm just like, I don't know. But the one thing that I can talk about is I'll tell you that how my morning started out that morning. I will tell that much of it just for the beginning because I know some people are here to know about what happened that morning. But I won't get into what happened into the video. I will tell you what happened prior to the video going up. And would let you know that's why it's a very sensitive situation. So I got a text that morning, and shortly after the text I got a phone call. And in the phone call, I'm just going to say my son and whichever one of them, if he decide he want to talk about it, it is totally up to him. I have nothing against him being on here coming to say what it is. Me and my son, we straight. But one of my sons, he called me and asked me would I take I'm just gonna say it. Asked me would I take his girlfriend to would I take her to work? Um she was already under the understanding that she was late, but this is my son talking to me. And a lot of times when your kids talk to you and they want you to do something, but they don't want to like tell you um all of the details because they don't want to back out of you. That's kind of like how I felt like before then. Thank you so much, Latasha Phillips. Thank you so much. But he told basically he told me that day he wanted to go somewhere, and I'm used to him like saying he want to go somewhere, and then once we get out there we going 500 other places or whatever when we going somewhere together. But anyways, there's a whole lot of stuff that's going on, and I'm trying to tell only my part of the situation. So he told me one thing, and then when we get out there, it's supposed to take me about 15 minutes to go and do whatever it get there. Well, prior to then, I'm usually not the person that get up in the morning and then go lay back down and get a little bit of sleep. I'm usually up and I'm moving all day long. But on this particular morning, I had laid back down and fell asleep. And my kids had just got on the bus at like 9:05. Just had laid there and went to sleep when that phone call came through. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I go. But there were several things that happened that was like a warning before I go and do it. But me, I'm still moving about my day. It's like, okay, I'm just going to go ahead and go. And I've been tapped by this person several times. I'm talking um maybe at this point 10, 11 times. I don't know. I don't lost count. But done had interactions with this person a couple of times, and so there's warnings that's coming. No, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. But I'm just like, what can go wrong at this time? Got in my car, happily got down the road, and we get down the road, and the GPS comes out, and on the GPS it's showing that we're about to take almost a 45-minute ride versus that. So at this point, 1,000 things running through my mind. And I just had some choice words, and I used most of them in the video already. That's on there. Y'all got a good description of it. I don't need to go into it. I don't even want to feel that energy right now tonight because I got a lot to celebrate. So, and I just got sidetracked just then. But I couldn't understand if we was taking a 15-minute ride that they was such a mode of she's already late. She's already late. So it's like I'm riding down the road, and then once I get down the road and she pulls up the GPS, and the GPS is showing we need to go 45 minutes. I start a vent towards my son. I'm not looking at the person that's on the side of me. I'm just venting about my son not being straightforward with me about whatever. So during my venting, she's on the side of me and saying he didn't know, and I'm just like, no, I'm tired of just point blank, kids. Okay, so I'm just venting about this, and whoever this person is that's sitting on the side of me don't understand that when it's a situation between a mother and a daughter, I don't give a damn about who you is with a mother and a son. I don't give a damn about who you is over here. If I'm doing something for him, you let me do my vent and you sit over there and shut the hell up. That's what you do. But instead, she started saying a lot of choice words and everything. And one of my trigger words that a lot of people find it endearing, but where I came from, the word bitch is a trigger for me. And so I'm working on it, but I was called several of them before I even got there. And it turned to in the middle of the road, asking somebody to get out of my car and refusing. And we in the middle of busy traffic, school buses still moving around and everything. And we just there, and the car in park and everything. And I just there. So, once all of that stuff happened, what you then see is after I made this person get out of my car and that video is there. That's the video of I'm just pulling away from her, making her get out of my car. And I come back here. And yes, I'm skipping over a lot of things because I'm going to go back later when I'm in a better headspace and talk about it, because I don't want to, yeah, I don't want to open up all those cans of worms. So I'm just going to talk about what I feel like I can talk about tonight. But that person, instead of going somewhere else and trying to cool off after they done called me 50 million names and invited me to a fight, which it's not the first time that I've been invited to that situation. And so today is like, on this day, things are way overheated. Instead of her going somewhere else and trying to cool off before she go there, she immediately is turning around to head back to the house. So what you hear in that video is me getting on, trying to cool myself off by talking to here, because no, not talking to here, but coming on here to talk to my high class gardeners over here, because that's what we call ourselves over here. Because we don't pick. I'm a gardener and I can grow food, but I don't mess with no bugs and no worms and none of that stuff right there. My husband had to come and get that. I can grow the food, but I don't play with none of that kind of stuff there. But anyways, what you hear in the video is me when I first pull back up into the yard, and I'm about ready to lose it all, which is something that I love to say, is that I'll I will I'm willing to die for what I believe in. But what I'm trying to learn now is, am I willing to learn it a different way to live, because I still got young children that I need to raise, and I don't want to keep doing a whole bunch of stuff that can potentially end me out here dead. I just don't. So I'm trying to change that attitude and take the walk down the road, because this has not been the easiest walk for me. I've been struggling with not putting my hands on people now for probably, the struggle has gotten really real in these past 11 years. Because like one time it just looked like it was going smooth sailing. But then like all these different challenges keep hitting me from left to right. And I feel like there's been a point in my life where I couldn't defend myself. And then there comes a point in my life where I know I can defend myself. And then there's a point in my life when I believe I'm going to defend myself with every piece of life in me. I'm willing to die for mine, to a place of where I'm tired of trying to figure out what I can die for. I want to know what I can live for, because I ain't never really been able to live like that. And I've been fighting something all my whole life. So I am now learning how to fight in a different way. And I don't know. No, absolutely. I know I ain't going to do it perfect. I ain't going to do it perfect, because I ain't never, even though I talked about it, I never wanted to come and show that side. But this life over here, and it's happening. I can't change what it is. People ask me, is you going to take it down? No, I ain't going to take it down, because this is really happening to me. And the same thing been happening to me now. Like for a year straight, I just been getting gut punched all over the place for about a year now. And I was like, if I sit in a room and like run off what all been happening to me in 1 year, I would be called a liar, because nobody ain't gonna believe that you went through all of this stuff at one time. So I will be hitting on this soon. I don't know how soon that I'm going to hit on it, but I am going to talk more about this story, but I want to let the process take its place and see how that works out, and then I'm gonna go through that. But I'm gonna let y'all, I'm gonna come on here and talk about all the roller coaster ride that I'm going on inside my head. And again, I want to say I thank y'all again for coming through, watching all of my videos and all of that, supporting in whichever way that you support in. And cheers to you all. I got monetized, baby. And all just to sit here and just talk about the things that I've been through and how I worked them out. So I ain't want to hold you all for too long, but if you got a question, I'm willing to answer the question. I really appreciate y'all for hanging in there. Terry says, that's right, Cassie, you the HCGs up in here, the high class gardeners, don't throw your pearls before swine. Ooh, Terry, you don't even understand how many times somebody's told me that over and over again. And like I said, I'm gonna come on here and I'm gonna share. I'm gonna share what I'm going through inside of my mind. And some people I ain't gonna be able to make understand. Others gonna feel exactly where I'm coming from and what I see happening. Is all I can really say. I've heard it over and over again. But like I said, stick around for the story and you're going to understand. And also, there's a baby involved. I'm going to say that much. There's a baby involved. I've been raising babies ever since I was 11 years old. Whether my babies or somebody else's babies in our family. 11 years old. I've been raising babies for a long time. Absolutely, Cassie. When a baby enters the situation, that changes everything. So, I believe what's happening is I've been stuck with a task, but other people may not agree. And that right there, I'm willing to hear other people out about it and talk through this situation, because God knows my mind be all over the place on this. But this is what's happening in my life at this moment, and we gonna talk it through, whether it's in a short, whether it's I come on here and just say something in the video and then to play it back or whatever. I'm gonna talk about it, and I'm gonna try and get back to what I've been doing before and just come on here when I feel like something I just want to talk about and let it be random. I'm not going to try and force it. But it's going to be what it's going to be. But I'm going to try to let the court process take its place, and we'll go from there. But again, thank you all. Thank you all. Thank you all. Thank you, Terry, for the prayers, and anybody and everybody else that's out there sending up prayers for me. I need them. Y'all just don't even understand. When I was at that light, I was praying for me. Usually in a situation I get in, I start praying for the person for the person that's in front of me. But no, that day I was praying for me. Lord Jesus, help me. Help me, Lord. So, again, I say thanks, you all, because without you all, I couldn't have did all these hours in here by myself. But thank you, Cassie, you for always showing up, girl. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you very much. Thank you everybody else that showed up. Latasha Phillips, yes, praying for you and your family. I appreciate that so much. Don't just pray for me, pray for the whole situation and that's going on. I cannot let you see and you all see what you see and then just not say no anything. But Jules, hey girl, it's good to see you. And I ain't seen you in a long, long time, And I don't know, I'm not in no rush to get off of here, but I just don't want this to turn into like this is no what you call it. There can be little questions asked about it, but I can drop a link, if anybody want to come up and ask any questions, Jules. I just thought about that, but I just wanted to come on and share the fact that I got monetized today. That is very nice. I wasn't expecting that no time soon, but hey, it worked out for the best. So in the middle of the mess, there it was a blessing. So, but yeah, I'm not in no rush to like jump off. Y'all know I be slow when it comes down to this come thing, cause alrighty then. Well, I dropped the link in just in case anybody wanted to come up and say anything or whatever, and if not, ain't no love lost at all. I appreciate you all nonetheless. For being here, celebrating with me and coming through to check on me. you know, uh again, let me see. Spiritual always coming through and checking in. But I appreciate everybody for coming through and showing love and showing support. Period to my channel. And as soon as oh, I didn't mean to show that up there, but anyways, okay. Yeah, you just saw the video. Yeah, so it's um yeah, for those of you that didn't see the video, you'll find out later of what happened. But yeah, we'll be back later on and we will talk about that. And like I said, let the court proceedings work themselves out, and then as they work themselves out, I will start talking a little bit more. Absolutely, paperwork. At Latasha Phillips, I absolutely agree with that, but that's kind of something that's instilled in you as you grow up. So when you don't have a lot of that around you, where do you get it from? And I ain't saying nothing, but I'm just saying something. you know and I'm always willing to have those kinds of conversations, but yeah, paperwork. But you all, again, I appreciate you all, and we will be talking about this story a little later on. But I gotta stay on. Oh, yes. Yeah, there was a lot of that, and there was a lot of in between. Uh Latasha Phillips, you might be psychic. And I didn't say it. You said it. But Pinky Vlogs, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you, everybody, for the congrats. And thank you again. Thanks again to everybody who came through and be showing support to my page, whether you're in the live, however you get it, however you get it. Just thank you so much. I'll catch you when my phone works next time. All right, Pinky Blogs, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. But you all, I'm going to end this and go back in and enjoy because my days have been very busy since this whole event has happened. So I'm behind in everything that I normally do for going and taking care of all these other things that's been happening. Hello, Victoria. From taking care of all these other things is like so much of my other stuff has fallen behind or whatever. So but like I said, let me get back in my right head space. I done had to go and sing a whole bunch of songs and have a whole bunch of conversations so I can bring myself back to the thing that I'm working towards and not staying in like no angry, crazy place. So, and you all will see those emotions all up and down and all over the place as I figure this new thing out. I'm learning how to do something other than fight, especially with my hands. Thanks again for the congratulations. I watched on TV though. Just couldn't comment, but sure love you and we'll keep prayers up. Thank you very much. And I'm just hoping that there is a lot in whatever I'm saying that can help somebody else who come from a place that I've been through and think you need to defend everything with your hands. There is so many other ways to do it. And I'm not always the perfect example to say you should do it this way or you should do it that way, because you can see I don't always make the best decisions. Sometimes I'm ready to throw it all up in the air and do something different. But maybe if I'm talking about it in that situation coming up on somebody else, I just might be the one telling that person that they've heard my story before they ran into their situation, and then it give them a different way of thinking of how to do it. But again, I'm not going to advise anybody to sit around and let somebody think that they can come and bang on them where they pay their bills at and where they own and got their own house or whatever. Now, when you want to do stuff like that, you have to go and get your own situation figured out or whatever. I can't rock like that. So I'm gonna try and stay as close. No, not as close, as far away from talking about that. If everybody want to know what I'm talking about, there's a video that the last live that I did before then. Go and find it out later on. You'll know what I'm talking about. You'll have the information and we'll work it out from there. But tonight is a celebratory live, but I couldn't just come on here and pretend like you all didn't see what y'all seen before. So that's why I'm touching on it just a little. Thank you, Jesus. I'm still not gonna try you. Shut up, brother. You so crazy. Sometimes we gotta do battle. Yeah, yes, you do. And I just don't be wanting to make no excuses for it. I know I got one of my uncles that I definitely respect all of the things that he say to me. There are several people around me that I respect, but at those times it's just sometimes it just go out the window. And then because sometimes I don't need nobody to help me and say, yeah, you need to go to battle. But I even be, when I want to make an excuse for myself, I'll be like, even God was in the tabernacle turning over tables. But yeah, but I believe it is just, I want to change the mindset of it. I don't mind going to battle, but I don't always want to go into battle thinking that I gotta go to battle and fight to the death. There's other ways. There's other ways of fighting. I'm still learning myself. I ain't I ain't got it squared away by no means. You can see my falls here, And some may say I don't have one, but yes, I do have plenty of them. Sometimes we got to do better. You good. It is your castle. Bottom line, it'll work out. I want to know how them bananas were. I'm gonna show you an update. They so out there and good right now, but I'm gonna show you an update of it. Thank you for saying that. I might get on up in the morning and hit the sunshine out there when the sun's shining on them just the right way and make a video. So but I like to thank you all for hanging out with me. We almost did an hour on this celebratory thing. And then one day we're going to come back and it's going to be like, bam, I don't know what day we're going to come back on. But get y'all questions ready about any of those other videos and stuff, because I sense it's going to be a whole lot going on over here. And I already told y'all, I be all over the place. One day I could be having this problem and that problem, but I'm going to try not to let my problems get me down to the ground, because sometimes I get so stuck in my head and those problems, and that ain't where I want to stay, because trouble don't last always. With all seriousness, criteria for helping someone is that person must be trying to help themselves. Family, friends, children, and co-workers. It's hard enough trying to myself. Absolutely. That person does have to want help. Nope, I get that, but sometimes we get to our limit too. Absolutely. Yes. My cup was overflowing. I done let off a little bit of it, but it just got to a place where it started to overrunning, and I'm just like, I can't do it no more. You're doing right by doing it on the paper. I do get all of that, and yes, there is other ways. Hugs. No hugs. Talk to you later. All right, Pinky Vlogs. Thank you for coming through. The tabernacle table being flipped is my favorite. Girl. Yes, even Jesus and now turning the tables over in the tabernacle. So I wonder, did he have any back pains after he was in there turning them tables over? I'm gonna stop. But again, y'all, thanks for coming through and celebrating with me. Your girl is monetized. I watched from the clouds, but I had to drop down. Never let nobody walk over you because they will. You're a beautiful woman with a beautiful heart. Latasha Phillips, I don't have it in me to let nobody walk all over me. The only thing is, I'm trying to figure out a different way to do it. I know there's got to be something different, because even people who growed up fighting their whole entire life, there comes a point in your life where what happens when when you can no longer fight, when your legs or your arms and stuff, your back don't work the same way it used to, or no nothing no more. It's just gotta be a different way, By all means, if it's necessary to do what you gotta do, I believe in doing that. I wouldn't tell you no different. But how long can we do that? I mean, I am 47 years old. I'm 3 years away from being 50. I'm tired of fucking fighting. I'm tired. I don't want to be out here fighting with nobody. But don't get that twisted with, I won't throw hands with your ass. Don't never get that twisted. So, with that being said, y'all please keep me and my family in your prayers, and whatever it is that you do, keep us in your prayers. And yeah, move around. You'll be laughing with all the ups and downs of like how long I do be. I'll be trying to feed with a long handle spoon, but some kind of way it's like when you feed with a long handle spoon, some kind of way that spoon got extensions or something in that spoon, and a person will keep taking the extension out, and after a while, that spoon that was once long, it becomes a spoon like this short. I ain't know they make them kind of spoons. But Latasha feels it feel like that's the kind of spoon that is, because I can make that spoon can be this long, and after a while, let me get it right. It can be this long, and after a while, it's like it's that spoon missing links from out it. It started getting shorter and shorter. The next thing I know, that person right back there was like, "How did you get back here?" You know something about them kind of spoons. Yeah. So you are young. You look 30. Thank you, Jules. You know, people be on here telling me how ugly I am. I don't give a damn. Yeah, they be telling me, girl, get from in front of that camera. One of these days, I will, but it won't be today. Hey, Jules, it's good to see you back in the loop. I ain't seen you in a minute. And all those people that be hanging out in the clouds, you ain't gotta come down and say thank you for supporting me from the clouds. I appreciate it. I just joined the AARP. I don't know nothing about that. What are you talking about? Thanks, Black Diamond. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But you all, if that is everything, we gonna like I said, we gonna come on here and talk. And again, I love to remind people, I love questions. I actually encourage them. Just ask them respectfully. And if I say no, I don't want to answer it, I just won't answer it. I'm not a rude person, but I don't mind being honest with somebody and telling them none of your business. But I like questions though, for real, for real. And over here, this is a safe place. I got some people over here that's watching. That if anybody get out of line and get disrespectful with anybody, we don't mind flying you up out of here, and it won't be first class. uh F the people, you a beautiful woman with a beautiful heart. Yeah, because I know some people who walk around and they look pretty. They got all the wigs, they got all the eyelashes, all the makeup in the world. And on the inside, they so broken. So broken. I know a lot of those people. So I ain't too impressed with putting on all the makeup. Yeah, I can go and do that. I put on clothes. I get dressed up and stuff sometimes. I just don't come on here and show nobody. Because every day in my real life, when I'm walking around here, I'm walking around here. I ain't gonna keep on saying this, but most of my days I walk around, I ain't even got no bra on walking around out here working in my garden because I'm not worried about what's going on out here. I'm worried about having me some peace and time, becoming one with this earth, and coming on here and talking about my stories and seeing if I can help somebody else through whatever whatever I can possibly help them through with the things that I've been going through in my situation. So again, I appreciate you all, but I might come through on here one day while them people calling me ugly and telling me about my missing teeth and all of that stuff. I might come through here on one day and then y'all don't even recognize who I am when I come on, except for these gold teeth, and that's it. And they be foul in their hearts. You absolutely right, Black Diamond. They can be foul and they and we can swap stories. Absolutely. I'm for all of that. I love to have a conversation like we talking on the phone. We ain't gotta know a whole bunch about each other, but we can. This is a place where we can come over here and we can talk like we having phone conversations, and we can bounce ideas off of each other, of how we can, talk different situations through. A lot of times we all be sitting right next to each other going through the same thing, but we all be refusing to say anything because we worried about what the other person say to you. If I say something to you, I ain't worried about who you going to tell about what I said. when I said it or whatever, because I'm not trying to say anything behind my back. I'm basically giving an opinion off of what somebody said to me in the story, and their story can be wrong as too, but I have to go based off of what the person who's talking to me and what decision I would make in that line. But Black Diamond, I don't mind. I would love to swap stories. Absolutely. Um, and we'll fire up a random live or whatever, and I try to do and I don't want to really pick a night because I ain't no just come and say that you're gonna do it on this night. I have to feel it when I come on here. I feel something inside of me that make me want to come through and show something. But there is definitely gonna be times when we gonna be on here, and it's just I'll try to do like I want to keep trying to do like the sister talk. Like we came on and did the sister talk, and it was like we didn't really have a subject. We just came up there and just like anybody, what y'all want to talk about in here tonight. So I'm gonna try to do that like on a Tuesday night. I don't really actually want to commit to it because I'm not a scripted kind of person. I just come through and randomly fire up a live. Hello, how you doing? Sometimes I fire up a live and you might come in here and I just start talking like I'm the only person in this room running my mouth. But that's how it is over here. You don't never know what you're going to get from Shauna one day. One day I can come over here and be smiling, cheesing all over the place. And then on another day, you can come over here and I might be crying like a fool or screaming like a banshee or something. You never know what you're going to get over here. So it is what it is. But nonetheless, I still thank you all for coming through and supporting me. And until next time, if I don't make it back on here, but quite possibly I will, I'm gonna try to be back on here on Tuesday for Sister Talk. That means we can talk about anything we want to talk about. And Black Diamond said her name is LaShawn. Okay, LaShawn, we can talk. We can talk. We'll see when the next time. Have a blessed night. Thank you all again. And I'm going to say good night for now. And we'll talk later. Y'all get y'all questions ready for any future lives and everything. Cause we definitely gonna talk. We're gonna talk about some stuff. Any of my videos or whatever you got questions that I've already put up. If you're asking anything past the videos, I'm willing to hit on anything that's in the videos that I've already done or whatever, especially in my shorts. You all go and check out my shorts and things like that, from back when. Just go and check it out. I got one short that has 1.6 million views on it. Go and check that live out and look at some of the questions and things that people are asking me in there and everything. But again, I done said good night 1,001 times, but I keep seeing people type in the chat and everything. So I'm gonna keep on running my mouth. But I'll talk to y'all later. I might feel it in me to come back on here tomorrow and just shoot the breeze with some people. But until then, I will see you all later. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already done that. And if you just want to sit and watch, I'm fine with that too. But tell somebody, tell a friend, share a video, whatever you would like to do. I appreciate you all for coming through and pray for me and my family once again. Until next time, you all, see y'all later. The high class gardeners. Yes. Well, we don't play with bugs and worms over here. Good night, y'all.